It's amazing how quickly you learn the lay of the level when each playthrough only lasts a minute. Hello, I'm Ulysses. I'm looking at games from a design perspective, trying to pick out what things I think work well and what could be better. What's black and white and also the game showing on screen? Minit. The answer was Minit. A time travel-y, pixel art, puzzle game. It originally caught my attention because of the surface level aspects like the nostalgic Zelda old Nintendo visuals and feel, and time travel, time loop, but this is not your father's Zelda. While Minit does pay homage to classic fantasy games, with the NPCs who will shout to anyone who will listen that they need you to do stuff like clean out the rats in the basement or collect all the pieces of a sacred artifact, the game breaks the mold in very interesting ways. As I started the game, I thought about the premise. A guy who lives in a 60-second time loop, dying every minute and warping back home to start again. And I was like, there's no way this is going to be a game for me. It sounds so stressful. My dear video watcher, it was not stressful at all. There are some nuances to the game's premise that make all the difference. Most of the changes you make in the world each minute persist onto the next, such as furthering quest lines, collecting special items, and unlocking areas or shortcuts. At some point, you can afford to buy some new kicks and run a lot faster. Besides your house, there are several starting points that you can switch to that make exploring that part of the map much easier. Although the game plays out in these short minute segments, and the conversation is pretty shallow, besides the old man at the lighthouse who talks as slow as molasses, you still gain a familiarity with everyone and everywhere, as you're constantly having to make snap judgments about how to get to a part of the map, or which points of interest are interesting. I was consistently surprised at how quickly progress came in the game. I kept a mental list of trailheads worth exploring on the next run as I played, and I only found myself getting stuck maybe once. Minit has lots of extras you can complete to 100% it, but I appreciated that the main game never felt tedious. There weren't really any gotchas or terribly obscure puzzles. Your modes of interaction are fairly simple, as although there are a few items you can choose from at the start of each run, each usage was fairly straightforward. Even the running shoes I mentioned earlier that help you run faster, you have to collect coins to buy them, but I don't think you actually need the shoes. I believe there are multiple ways to access some of the late game areas, which I originally thought were inaccessible without the fast shoes. Knock knock, who's there? Minit. Minit who? Don't you wish this review was only a minute? Okay, I'm done.